Hey everybody, happy weekend to you. I realized that it was Sunday and I forgot to post a YouTube video. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that started. Technically, just between you and I, this is actually take two. I started the first one and I've just been a rambler. So I thought, well, let's go ahead and stop this video and try again. So here we are. Just for those of you who are out there, I've been teaching myself how to edit video and I don't like it. I think that I like filming in one take because I feel like I'm giving you the most authentic version of what I'm trying to get across. And if I start editing a lot of things, I feel like our time together is not as authentic as it can be, and that would be a shame. Just because you're taking the time to be here. So anyways, I just want to make the most of it. Glad you're here. Yesterday, my partner and I put together a fire pit. We just got a brand new fire pit. And I'm excited because for our Patreon and Coffee members, we'll be doing I guess like a campfire, like a campfire Saturdays kind of situation. And it's going to be almost every Saturday, and it kicks off next weekend. And it will be going all the way until Indigenous Peoples Day, aka Columbus Day, which is in October. So we think that that'll be a nice little run. It's kind of like a summer camp series, but it's obviously going to start extending into the bits of early fall. And I think that's exciting because that means it's going to end right after I release our second annual Halloween pattern. Last year we had a really fun, I did the brewy cowl. It's really cute. You can actually find it at Ravelry. You can also find it on PayHip. If you go to the link on the Instagram page, you'll be able to access that. And it'll take you to either or, depending on what you'd like. The price has been reduced. I lost my thought. Anyways, it'll come back to me. This year I have something really special planned. I'm hoping after I get the pattern and the sample knitted that I'll be able to talk the dyer into maybe doing a collaboration so that we can release it as a kit, just so that way if you would like to experience the original, you'll be able to. There's something very exciting about that, and I just think it would be fun. And I'm in this weird place right now where like everything I'm designing is in these bright neon colors, and usually I'm a muted rainbow kind of person. And this is definitely different. I think because I've been like trying to get back into the idea of being more active now that my body's healing, and wanting to take up roller skating again because I can like finally physically do it. Again, I think I've kind of gone down this weird tangent of like, you know, Friday night at the roller rink. And I just want to see where it goes. So a lot of the designs I've been coming out with are kind of in that place of like, casual daredevil, you know, really taking like that French essence, like that femme fatale, like, you know, feeling like I'm just throwing on my stuff and heading out the door and not worrying or caring. That's kind of where we're at. That's where I'm at. So that's where my designs have been going. And so anyways, hopefully this Halloween I'll have something really special for you guys. I mean, the pattern's gonna release either way, but if I'm really hoping that we can get on the same page about offering it as a kit. I might even make a special progress keeper for it. I've been dabbling again with polymer clay. I used to make brooches and stuff quite a few years back, and actually this past holiday season I crafted quite a bit of snowman ornaments, and they did pretty well. It was really nice to be able to give those out as gifts, a little something handmade since we've all been in seclusion, you know, COVID times, what they are. So this summer, we've changed gears. I want to make sure that we're designing at a fun level. We want to bring the fun, and we want everyone to have that community as far as like our little world is concerned. my partner and I, and with the fire pit and like the campfire series, our little summer series, I think that that's going to be really great. June is going to be a fun month. If you haven't been on the Patreon, which, I mean, you really should. It's only $1 for membership, and you get access to all sorts of things, not just like knit or crochet related. A lot of times that we're traveling, and it's a lot of fun. I get to have like my 1 monthly field trip that my partner, my very patient husband, allows me. I talk him into things like strawberry picking or blueberry picking. Like, we try to go pick seasonally. I like to, so I drag him out for that. But we'll oftentimes include recipes or like a fun how-to video or a printable. Last year we did some lavender picking on the 4th of July at a very nice local farm. It was very quiet. It was very empty, which was very nice and refreshing. Not having to have like that stress of being masked. I mean, we wore a mask the entire time we were in the field, just because we wanted to respect the space and the handful of people that were there picking a lavender with us. But it was just nice to not feel smothered. So we picked lavender, we came home, and I actually ended up writing a recipe to make some lavender flavored coffee creamer. It goes really great with blonde coffees. You could probably even add it into a breakfast tea. It was just fun. It was floral, it was sweet. But like, that recipe is actually available to patrons, all patrons. It's available on every level. So that's always there for you guys. This summer, I definitely, I'm in a weird place of wanting to reuse and recreate and roller skate. So those are gonna be our 3 R's for, the next 3.5 months. So the first thing that's gonna be up is gonna be recycling in a fun way. And I'm gonna totally date myself right now. But I don't know if you remember going to elementary school and you'd have to do like those book report cans where like you draw out like a scene from the book, and then you would have to like tape it to like a clean can of soup from like in your class. You'd have to bring your safe can, and then like work on your little panel and tape it on or glue it depending on the instructor. And then you could put pencils in it, and like, I mean, you already had like 20 of them from other book reports. Same concept. And I'm sure it's stuff that people have like around their house right now. Like, my husband loves this Country Time lemonade. I'm not affiliated with Country Time. I don't know them. They don't know me. They don't sponsor me. If they'd like to, though, they could reach out to me, because my husband definitely has put someone's child through college. I'm drinking a little bit of it right now because I forgot to pick up more coconut water for myself at the store, and I'm kind of just craving something a little tart. Anyway, I digress. This is definitely gonna be part of the summer series, so we're gonna talk about like how to reuse this, especially if you're out camping or like going to a lake or a river and you have kids who might be entertaining the idea of crafting. This is a really great way to stash like a ball of cotton yarn, and we're gonna talk about different ways to decorate this. It'll be a whole video. In all honesty, if I make this video, it's going to be available to patrons and our coffee members, our Ko-fi, probably for June, and then the following month will be made available. Well, not all of it will be made available. So the video will be available on YouTube. The downloads you'll probably have to go to PayHip for. I'll make sure they have the PDFs up there. And in all honesty, they'll probably be $1 per packet. I used to be a teacher at a school, and so I understand the time and effort that goes into making PDFs and making it all available. And in all honesty, $1 for a whole packet of instructions with photos and editing is really not that bad. You'll be able to reprint it. You can use it for your class if you are teaching like a Sunday school, or if you babysit. This would be a really great resource for you. And like, once you buy it, it's yours. So anyways, if not, we're also going to be covering a fun way to reuse these coffee creamer containers. I think almost everyone has this, or like the giant Folgers or Maxwell House containers, and this is going to be fun too. I'm gonna show you. I actually use some of these sometimes when we're camping just to keep everything clean and safe, especially if I'm sitting like fireside or like, you know, under a tree. I love that it has like this giant screw on top and you can fit like more than one. Oh, I still have some creamer in here. I thought this was empty. Anyways, we're gonna talk about some fun reuses for this. And I'm even gonna have an upload for Patreons talking about how to craft a French knitter using stuff you probably already have in your house, or it'll give you an excuse to have some takeout. So you're welcome. And it's gonna give you something fun to do. So if you're wondering why that's on my desk, I'm getting ready to work on those soon. I'm also gonna be delving into hopefully getting the first of 5. I'm working on some crochet cowl patterns. The first one I'm hoping to have ready probably, I want to say by the middle of June, it'll be officially released because I need to get it ready for testers. So that's going to be happening. Once I get enough testers, we'll go ahead and make sure everything's looking good. And if it is, the pattern will release. I mean, ideally, I would love to have it released like the first week of June, but I'm thinking that it would actually be a lot of fun to release it on the 21st of June, just because it's so much closer to summer solstice. And I don't know, like it kind of starts that marker. I know for me growing up, like summer, like the 21st, knowing that it was the solstice, like, well, I grew up in a really new age home. So for us, like the 21st was like literally like, okay, freedom starts on the 21st. I can be a wild thing literally until, was it Labor Day weekend? And then I had to like rein myself back in and get ready, like get back into the mindset for school. So I'm thinking that if we do this, I can release each component, like matching part of this series. And that way you, the crocheter, the fiber artist, have the option to just pick and choose the patterns that you would like to make. If you end up wanting to purchase the booklet, you'll just get an updated pattern as soon as the next one releases. And then hopefully the last one will release just before the end of our summer camp series, which would be October. So it'll give you plenty of time if you wanted to build the whole collection. I am planning on focusing all of the yarn acquisitions to make the samples for these that would be photographed and made for the patterns. I'm planning on using a different indie dyer for each one of these. So that way I get to showcase 5 amazing indie dyers. And then from there, you know, I can see if they're willing to build kits for you guys. Or if not, then at least you know where I found the yarn from. So that way, if they have something similar, then you'd be able to. So that's always exciting as well. I do have a summer pattern that's going to be releasing though, and it's actually, I mean, it's late. So May 7th was like our 1-year anniversary, my 1-year anniversary for my fiber and art baby. You know, and I was hoping to do a giveaway, and it's just adult work, like my adulting life. I've been extremely busy, so we have not been able to do that. But I do have a pattern, and it is going to go to testers probably Wednesday, if I can get enough of them. And then ideally we'll be releasing that June 1st. A lot of stuff happening in June, so hopefully we can release that June 1st. But anyways, as part of the giveaway, I'll be making I'm going to be making an extra one of these big guys. These are our Prism bags. They're really fun. They hold an awful lot. I got 4 caked skeins in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's still a little room at the top. There's always a tab inside with a D-ring, so you can clip all your little tchotchkes on in there if you need to. And actually, I keep all my tools in a small tin. And so I can just drop it in, and there's always room. I'm not much of a pocket person, so I don't put it in the bags I make because sometimes I find it tedious. I know some people are pocket people, so I'm not trying to say that like you're not validated for liking pockets. I just personally don't use them. And a lot of my favorite bags actually from other makers don't have them. So I just I mean, everything's already in a pouch. So anyways, I'm planning on making one of these plus a full printed copy or a downloadable copy. Maybe both. I'll just throw in both. And then a progress keeper that matches, and those will be for a giveaway starting in June. And I think that will be a great way to celebrate having 215 Instagram followers. I'm super grateful for you all. I don't get to interact with everyone as much as I'd like, so I think this will be a really great way to do it. It's a very fun bag. It's a very quirky bag. Actually really reminds me of like Wonder Woman. Was it Wonder Woman 1984? So I don't know. I'll have to check. I'm really sorry. I probably messed that up. But anyways, it's just fun like that. It's just kind of takes me to a place. Anyways, it's hand quilted, all this gold reusable bag fabric, and then all this fun watercolor. I just think is so neat, the two of them together. And I always put a canvas bottom on, but that's because I'm always someplace where it's a little dusty or dirty. But anyways, I want to definitely do a giveaway for that, and hopefully we'll be able, maybe I'll be able to throw in a couple of skeins of something fun, depending on what I can find between now and then, just to make it worth someone's while. You know, so you can feel like it's your birthday too. I don't think I have any acquisitions to share with you all. Like, there's a lot coming. It's just not here today, which I was really hoping stuff would start showing up on Saturday. But actually I'm barely getting notifications from Etsy sellers that things have barely, like shipping labels have barely been printed, and it's been a week. So I'm trying to be patient, but a lot of it's for my roller skates. So next week's content will probably be very skate heavy. I don't apologize for that. Skating's fun. It's so much fun. I had a really horrible experience. I was probably six or seven. I wasn't quite in first grade yet. And my mom took us to a roller rink, and she used to buy me those cheap play school. I mean, they weren't cheap until the 80s, but like the play school roller skates that like expanded and you just Velcro them to your shoes, and you have those little stubby plastic wheels. I always had those. And I mean, you know, they never really rolled, like you basically walked in them. So I thought I knew how to roller skate. And then she took us to this roller rink, and I had to get like real roller skates. And I just remember how heavy they were. And the place was packed. It was like a Friday night. Like every teenager and young 20-something was there. You know, it was date night, and you got the disco ball going, and it's dark, and I'm in these huge chonky skates just trying to stand. Like, and when I was little, I mean, I was such a twig. Like before my body started having all the issues it's had, I was actually a very thin person and child for a very long time. And so I was very twig-like, and I just remember feeling like my ankles were gonna break in these skates. And then I couldn't balance because the skates were so slippery and slick on the waxed wood floors. And I just remember being terrified, not wanting to get my fingers run over. I kept falling. I didn't even know where my mom was. She was like being a skating queen. She was off somewhere. And then I remembered like finally being able to get up and like blindly grabbing at the wall just for balance, only to have like, you know, they always have these employees who would circle and they'd be like, get off the wall. And I'd love to get off the wall, but like I really couldn't balance. And that was before they started making those super cute like PVC walkers you see little kids using now. I would have killed for one of those. Anyways, So like that was like my first real roller skating experience, and it like severely scarred me because I didn't even get the hang of it until like maybe the last 5 minutes. And I remember being stuck out on the rink too, like when they did the hokey pokey, and then they did like that human chain thing where everyone starts just kind of circling the ring together, and thinking I'm gonna get murdered out here. Like I can't even get back in. Like where was my, I was the only person stuck out there, and I wondered like, where was my mom? Like why has no one come to rescue me from the middle of, of this floor? I was literally a human obstacle. Um, I'm sure I interfered with someone's cool, their vibe that night. Like, and I apologize. I mean, it's like 30 years later, and I'm very sorry that I might have messed up your date night. But it always, like, it planted that seed. And then this is when I also realized that I'm definitely like a type A person, and I knew then like I wanted real skates because I wanted to master my fear, and then master skating, so that way the next time we went, you know, I wouldn't be a human liability. At like 6 or 7, I had that thought, I had that awareness. And I remember the following Christmas, I didn't get roller skates. They gave me roller blades. That's like asking for ballerina Barbie, but then being gifted Malibu Barbie. And you're just like, we're not even like in the same realm right now, like the same body, same concept, but like literally not the same. So yeah, so that was that. And I remember hating rollerblading even more than roller skating. I just remember thinking, why? Like, why would you do this? And it was because it was like the new hip thing. I think Ninja Turtles had just come out, and everyone wanted rollerblades. And I was like stuck in the 70s, and I was really okay and content with roller skates. So then, I taught myself how to use I finally didn't necessarily master, but I was not breaking my neck or smashing fingers or crashing into people's parked cars by the end of the following summer, when they actually fit, because they were too big, when they actually fit, and I felt confident enough to use them. And then of course, like as soon as I started using them, we moved to a place where I actually really couldn't use them anymore. And then, that was it. So flashback to like, we're gonna jump to, I don't know, let's see, probably 30s, like 32. It's probably 32. And then I started trying to talk my friend into like, let's join roller derby, let's get roller skates, you're single, I'm single, let's do this. Like that was like my mini midlife crisis. So, so next week, like the roundabout way of warning you all was this memory and story. So next week, we're gonna be spending time in the roller skate zone. So hopefully you'll grab your cuppa and you'll join me, and I will unbox all of it on camera with you. So that way you can see all the weird stuff that I bought. I decided that I was gonna go ahead and theme my skates and my helmet. Last time I just bought a bunch of green stuff. Green's my favorite color, so I thought it's one of my favorite colors. I love green and purple equally. But life experiences has left purple with a bad taste in my mouth. It just reminds me of people I don't care to think about. So I actually gravitate towards a lot of green now. Subconsciously, probably just it's just there now. The thought was there for so long, and now it's always just green. So anyways, all my skate stuff is green, all my current stuff, and I'll show you guys. We'll do a little roller skate tour next week, but hopefully all the stuff will show up during this upcoming week, and I'm just gonna save it. I'm not gonna open it. I'm gonna open it with you guys on camera, and we can talk about what I was thinking when I ordered it, and then hopefully I'll have a couple of hopefully I'll have my hat done. I've been working on my my barley light for, I don't know, like a month now. And it's not that it's a hard knit. I've only been knitting on it like when I'm stuck at the bank, or when I go to pick up food or groceries. or if it's slow, then I'll jump on it. So I don't really have any finished projects for you guys because I actually have a lot of patterns up in the air right now, and I'd love to preview some of them, but I actually can't, just because like there's other layers and partnerships that I'm trying to build off of this, and it's really hard because I know I'm a no-name designer, and you know, trying to build these relationships are not always easy for me because I'm no name, and I don't know. I'm not sure. There's just like, I feel like there's always like a wall, and I'm not quite sure why. So we're not gonna really get into that because I'm not intentionally trying to throw shade at any of the people who are working with me, because I'm super grateful like to even have the opportunity. So that's kind of where we're at. So just know that there's a cowl series. There is an infinity scarf, two infinity scarves. One's gonna be crocheted, one is knit. All of that will hopefully be coming, and I'll be releasing that. We'll have campfire Saturdays going now, so that's gonna be fun. That's gonna even hopefully branch out into something else that I really can't talk about, and I'm super excited. I want to share it with you guys, but I can't because I still have to try to talk my partner into being okay with this, and he's not. It's just very exciting. It's really, really exciting, and I know he's not gonna go for it, but I'm hoping that he will. But I mean, we hopefully will have a fun lineup next weekend for you guys. I mean, even getting him okay with being on the camera with me next weekend, I had to like pull in all of my wife favors, like all of them. So hopefully I can bring you guys exactly what I want to be talking about today instead of all this filler. And I'm sorry that it's filler. But it's fun filler. We talked about roller skating. We talked about all the updates and all the perks. Hopefully I'll get you guys on Discord. If you're playing Animal Crossing and you're looking for a buddy, you can go ahead and go over to my actual Animal Crossing account on Instagram and send me a DM over there. Or you can always just no, that's probably a good place to do it. Or you can put it in the comments here on YouTube. You can put it in the comments that you're looking for buddies, and then I'll go back through them. Just oh no, probably don't do that. I don't want you guys putting your email addresses out there. Well, shoot. Well, you can find me. You can find me on Instagram. The account for just Animal Crossing is actually Sisters of Jupiter. If you start typing it in, it'll pop up. You'll see that it's like my little Animal Crossing New Horizons character. I don't remember what she's doing. The last time I remembered messing with the account, I think she's jamming out to music, something like that. And we actually look very similar now that I chopped off all my hair on a whim. So anyways, so that's there for you guys. You should definitely jump on that. And then I can also send you guys the invite to that, like on Discord, because there is a Discord for that as well. Or if not, you can follow the links and go to Twitch, and you can catch the Twitch channel. And then if your interest is piqued from there, we can go ahead and do that. So anyways, so back to the recap. So we have Animal Crossing that we talked about. We have some fun crafts that you can do at home with the kids that are gonna be yarn related. So that's always nice. And like I said, I'll have those PDFs available on PayHip, probably for $1. I am not going to charge more than that. That way you can download it and you have access to those instructions all the time. I'm hoping to do a video for each one of the activities as well that will eventually end up on the YouTube channel. It'll be going to Patreon and our Ko-fi members first, and then we'll, eventually send it over to you guys. But I see that we're almost hitting that 30-minute marker. I just want to thank you for coming. I know I will have more for you next week. We'll have actual yarn acquisitions. We're gonna have skate acquisitions. We will be recapping from, the Fireside Summer Camp series. So that's gonna be great. And I don't know, we're gonna see where it goes from there. So if you want to see what's going on though, I would strongly recommend going to my Patreon. The link is, I'll put the link in the show notes. And then also if you go to Instagram, then you'll be able to find it there as well. You just click the link in bio, it takes you to the link tree. And then once you're there, you can select going to Patreon. Like I said, membership only starts at $1. I post all kinds of stuff. So they kind of have their version of stories on Patreon now. It's called Lens. But you'll see stuff like that. You'll see stuff about the cats, some of my random rantings, behind the scenes stuff. And then also you'll have full access to all of the materials that are already on Patreon. And we have like strawberry salsa, lavender creamer, there's photography, there's deep thoughts, poetry. I'm hoping to start putting more of the knitting stuff up there now. Now that I'm feeling well and I have the stamina to set up the rigs and all this for the cameras and blah, blah, blah. Excuse me. So please come by if you enjoyed this, or at least enjoyed the company. Hopefully I have a good pace for you and help you fill in time. And not constantly pushing product at you. I think that it's really important for us to not just focus on yarn acquisitions or the newest pattern, but I think like it's good for us to have that community. Like, let's talk about recipes and let's talk about what's coming out. If we want to. If I have an acquisition, I'll definitely share it with you guys, but I don't want people to feel like they have to compete to feel relevant in our knitting community. You don't have to rush out for every yarn update. You don't have to buy every pattern. I share my patterns because this is what the monies that come in for this, or even like the Amazon support, like it all comes full circle. I want you guys to be able to see it. It's my way of having accountability. Like, you guys providing some of these materials allows me to write patterns and do this. And I try to keep everything at an affordable level, so that way everyone can benefit. Because I remember being on the other end of our knitting community and scrambling and even like buying, you know, like Vanna's Choice yarn or like Red Heart. Like, I never imagined that I'd be able to finally invest in like, you know, fingering weight indie dyed yarn. And even now, like I budget for this. I don't go to the movies. I don't spend any money on makeup or hair. I mean, I do it myself. And so like the money saved for that goes to these projects. And that's what this is. So don't feel pressured. If I'm recommending sending you to Patreon, it's because I know that's literally the mind dump where like all of my artistic everything is going right now. Like, that's where it goes. And by you doing that, it helps to pay for my time. Me doing these things started from me constantly doing favors for people. So, you know, I mean, everyone's been in that position. Can you make a blanket for me? Can you do it in black? Can it be lace? You know, oh, and I only want to pay you $20, but it takes you like 36 hours to make this project, and you know, you want to gouge your eyes out. So I don't want to do that anymore, which is why I've gravitated towards going to Patreon. And anyone who's artistic, like, I think you guys all feel it. Like, there's always those people who kind of root for you to fail. And I just feel like if you want to see what's going on in my life, then you should pay for it. And then you can go ahead and you know, not enjoy me, wish for my failure, my demise. But at least you're paying for it. So, you know, it makes my time more worthwhile. I don't think anyone feels that way, but it's too late because I don't edit my videos and it's a one take. So anyways, I'm going off on another tangent because I enjoy your company and I thank you for hanging out with me. So I hope you have a happy weekend. I look forward to bringing you more organized content. I'm sorry today was a wash, but hopefully I helped you kill some time, especially if you're cleaning or working on something. This might be I might be one of those vlogs. So, but we'll have more content for sure. I just haven't had a chance to I haven't had a chance to game, so I don't have any gaming content for you. I will definitely make sure that if I decide to do any builds on my island, that I'll definitely be streaming to Twitch, but I'll definitely have to do something also for YouTube. and then we'll go from there. I don't have anything for you guys. I feel bad. Like, I feel like I should have something to show you or talk about, but I don't this week. So anyways, we'll meet again next weekend, and we'll go from there. So I hope you have a happy weekend, and thank you for joining me. And now I'm gonna awkwardly reach up. You can watch me say goodbye. Goodbye, sweet friend.